so overall, I actually feel that we'll either be right on target in terms of the enrollment of the high school or actually increase.
Do you know the percent, do you know what they're coming out of a class of 200 something, right?
208.
41 out of 208?
Yes.
So that's a
It's
higher
20%.
percentage than we
It's
usually.
about, it is higher. I project 12%.
So
It's
it's
2019.
20,
It's
yeah,
not the highest that it's been. I remember a year 22%. Again, 8 of those students, or 20% of those leaving are going to the vocational school.
Right.
A couple of years ago, we had a large contingent go to Malden Catholic, and I think this year we have 1. So it does fluctuate.
Now, will that 167 help us in a big way in terms of freshman class sizes?
Well, I've asked Mr. Bernard and Mr. Osmarek to give me a report on staffing and to see if there are any shifts
That's
in
right.
in staffing needs. We had a resignation earlier, a couple of weeks ago, in English. We may be looking at that, but again, I've cautioned Mr. Bernard to, not build your classes based on 28 kids and students in a class, and particularly in an English area where we're trying to emphasize improvements in writing and research as a 21st century skill. Whatever we can do to hold that class size at a reasonable level provides better opportunities for students to really engage in written and communication.
We have advanced placements.
Oh, I'm
for us.
sorry. Yeah, this is actually
Good.
Mr. Bernard also reports the release of the College Board Advanced Placement scores, and this is again on the upward trend. We had 147 exams taken. 229 different exams taken by 147 students, and this is a very large number. And what I'm really pleased to see is the continued progress in the scores. The scores on AP exams are 1 to 5, and for example, in Calculus AB, which is typically the Calculus Advanced Placement, 14 students taking it, and the average score was 3.8, which means we had an awful lot of 4s and 5s.
Mm-hmm.
That's an extremely difficult test.
And,
That is
very difficult.
I've taken it.
Another strong area is in the area of U.S. government. We had 19 students taking that exam, 3.5%. And then for the second time actually, in U.S. history, second year, 25 students taking it. The average advanced placement AP score was 4.4. So that means that, again, tremendous number of students in the 4 and 5 range. So typically colleges are looking for something that's over a 3, and to get in that range is, I think, is very, very nice. We've had 11 students now taking Spanish, which for a number of years we had very, very few or no students taking it, with a 2.6 average. So all around, I think we have very strong showing. This reflects hard work on the part of our students. It also reflects the fact that, as you heard Pam talk about, the need to really train. It's a very prescribed curriculum, and you're investing in that. You're investing in the program when you hire teachers to become trained and stick with the program.
Now, some of the, English is at the top. One of the things that's interesting here is in many cases, we have a lot more students taking the tests, and our average score is increasing, which usually you have the corollary. The more kids, the average, will go down a little bit. Second question I have, David, is below, it says 147 and 64%. Do you know what that 64% refers to if you look under 2009 at the bottom there?
It means the proportion that are over
3.
Over 3?
Right.
Okay.
Equal
Oh,
score
okay.
grade.
Score, okay. So that's up significantly over last year, and it's the highest we've ever achieved. We have 64%
Of this.
right, 64% of the students scoring 3 or higher, which is good progress. Great.
What's with physics? Can I just ask? It's
Yeah.
That's the the only
Physics
one
is the only
that
one
jumps
that-
out at me as
right.
being,
Low, improving
Low.
but low.
well, I mean, it's not statistically significant improvement.
Right.
Because of 2006, but as a
Assuming-
moving average probably, but.
Is that something that Pam looks at, David, when she looks at
We do
these?
look at, we do look at these, right?
Because that is a
And
good,
that's one of the
that's a
hardest
good
tests.
question, right, it is.
Yeah,
But also the calculus test is extremely hard to see
calculus is
that.
hard, US history is one of the
Well, there are
easiest.
two
Right.
levels of calculus, AB and BC.
Right. But that is a good question in terms of the physics,
And there are more students taking physics.
and chemistry too, actually. Look at that too. Okay.
Interesting, this is great news overall.
Right. And then we have correspondence. David, anything you want to highlight there?
No.
Okay. High school athletic participation. Yeah. Okay, at this point, do we have a need for executive session? We don't. Great. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Good night. Thank you.
Thank you all.
9:36.
What time?
9:36.
Wow.
That was
We're
nice
just
of
skipping
him.
over the
That was
Super
nice
Bowl.
of